Are you or someone you know looking or wanting to get married in the future? Well, watch this video. I'm going to share with you 3 things that I learned while married to Cece that helped us build a great marriage, and it can help you also. Hey, in case you don't know me, my name's Jason, and if you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me go around Joburg, show you all the beautiful sights, show you how peaceful of a city this is, and how of a great place this is to visit also. And most importantly, I've been talking about success, how to achieve success, and I focus on 3 areas: happiness, health, and wealth. And today we're going to talk about happiness in the form of marriage. Now, I like to say I'm very proud that Cece and I, before she passed away, we worked very hard on building a very successful marriage. It was something that we put effort into and we put our energy into each and every day. And I'm starting to notice, like, people don't really tell the truth about how to build a marriage. They sell these fantasies, they sell these fairy tales, and it's just not true. Most people believe, oh, once I go get married, things are going to change. Nothing changes when you get married except one thing: you pay more taxes. That's it. A marriage is just it's a contract between 3 people: you, your spouse, and the government. That's all a marriage is. And you really want to go into a marriage to make sure you're as successful as possible in it. And this is some of the mistakes that I see people make. And I notice when I see people make these mistakes, and then I look back at the things that Cece and I did, we did the exact opposite, and our marriage was flourishing. And so the first thing is, don't go in debt to get married. Do not pay for some extravagant wedding. You don't have to go get some expensive dress, some expensive tuxedo for the guys, or putting on this elaborate venue for your friends and family. Your marriage needs to just be between you and your spouse. And think about it. Like, if you're going into debt, all of that stress, all of that frustration is going to the foundation of your marriage. Your marriage has now a foundation of discomfort. It has a foundation of uneasiness. Like, you don't want to do that. And I'm going to show you, here's the thing that Cece and I did. Instead of having a big extravagant wedding, we went to the courthouse. I think we paid $20 for our wedding license. And then we went out to, if you're in the U.S., we went out to the Cheesecake Factory, had a nice dessert, chocolate cake, and something else, I think. I think she had a cheesecake. And then after that, we went to a very extravagant restaurant called the Sanford House. It's in Arlington, Texas, off of Collins. We went there and had a 4-course dinner. It was delicious. Duck confit, all of this thing, because we were still eating meat at the time. And we spent probably all together maybe $400 on our wedding. Like, that was our wedding day. And we were happy. We were in love. Like, it was one of the best moments in our life. I remember her wedding dress, I think, cost $20 or $30, and she bought it from Lane Bryant at the time. I just wore a nice pair of slacks and a shirt that I had with some shoes. Like, it was very simple, very easy. And it wasn't any stress involved in it either. We didn't wake up the next day having to look at bills or be like, oh, we need to go to work because we got to pay off of this huge debt that we took a loan on. So you don't want to start your foundation of marriage on a bunch of debt. And think about it from this way. The money that you're using for debt, you can put that into something more positive for your future of the marriage. Meaning, you can buy 2 or 3 used cars, put those on Uber, and now that's generating you maybe $300 to $500 a month, and someone else is driving it. Or if you're going, let's say if you do $20,000, $30,000 wedding, you can put that on a down payment of a house, Airbnb that house, and start making anywhere from like $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And then from there, each couple of years, you're reinvesting that money into bigger properties. Like, that is the things that we're not taught while we're being told to do all of this dumb stuff. Oh, watch the royal wedding. You need to have a wedding like this. Go and get this dress. Say yes to the dress. All of this stuff is keeping us poor. All of this stuff is keeping us miserable and unhappy. And if 60 to 70% of marriages are not making it because of debt, why would you start it out on debt? Start it out on a positive note. And if you have a marriage where you all are now making residual passive income, you're going to be a lot happier married to each other than looking at, oh man, we got to pay these bills each month. So really think about that. The second thing is, do not invest in a wedding ring. Now, I know most women out here are going to be like, oh, that's crazy, Jason, that makes no sense. You need to understand the psychological marketing behind why they say a guy should, I think, what is it, a month and a half of his income on a wedding ring? that was a marketing campaign by De Beers and some of the other big diamond companies. They had so many diamonds at the time, they had to find a way to sell them. And so what they did, they started doing the marketing campaigns towards women, and they still do these type of campaigns today, especially if you use TikTok to sell products. So with the marketing campaign, they made this stipulation or this rule: men need to buy a diamond ring. Women's supposed to have a diamond ring. That's a symbol of your love. It's BS. Here's the thing: most of these rings, people are end up going to lose them, or it's making you a target to where someone may steal it. And so, why wear money on your finger when you can put that money to work for you and start making passive income for you? Like, the main reason most of us are not where we want to be in life and don't have the time freedom we want is because we don't have the money freedom. And so we have to start looking around and seeing, where are we throwing money away to stuff that's unnecessary. Just give you an example: the ring that I had bought Cece, I think I paid $150 to $200 for it. And she was content. She was very happy with it. She didn't want anything bigger. And honestly, she didn't even wear it most of the time. And because she didn't like the attention. Like, she didn't want people to have anything on her that could cause any type of issue where, hey, someone might try to steal this or try to mug her or something like that. So really think about it from a security standpoint. Do you really want to be wearing $5,000 to $10,000 on your finger? Or do you want that money to be making residual income for you, doing a return of interest of maybe anywhere from 2 to 5% a year? Like, those are two different things and two different outcomes for the relationship. And the third thing is, this is after marriage, and this is how you keep the marriage successful. You need to learn how to have proper arguments. And yes, I use the word arguments. This word is so misused because people think arguments is yelling, screaming, cursing. That is not an argument. An argumentative debate is where two people have two different viewpoints on the same subject, and they're talking and listening to each side. After each side is state their viewpoint, and then each side listen to one another, you're coming together to find a solution in the middle. This is why politics don't work anymore. There's no more argumentative debates. People are like, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. And you see this in marriages all the time. One person is not right and one person is not wrong. There's a mix somewhere in between, and you have to find that sweet spot for the marriage. And this is something Cece and we developed, and we were working on and improving on each and every day. One of the ways that we were doing this, every Sunday was family meeting. Meaning, her and we would come to the table, we would have notes on things that we wanted to talk about, and then we would talk about it. And then we would discuss, okay, what's the solution? What do we want to be on a monetary point? How do we want to have our savings account look? What are the things that we want to start doing for date day? Do we want to incorporate new things in date day or take things away? You have to build a safe place for the relationship to be talked about. The relationship will not develop itself. Getting married, signing a piece of paper is not going to make you a happy married couple. You have to develop that, and you have to understand you're two individuals that's coming from individuals, and you're combining your lives. So because you're combining your lives, some things have to be thrown out. Some things you're going to build together brand new. And so you really want to focus on that. And so I hope you got some value from that. And just remember, here's a recap of the three things. First thing is, don't go into debt to get married. You do not want to do that. Don't mess up the foundation of your marriage by putting unnecessary stress on it. Second one is, don't waste money on wedding rings and stuff like that. Put that money into interest-bearing account, something that can actually give you residual income over time. One of the things that a lot of rich people say when I started going to seminars, they kept telling me, your money should never be seen. It should be working for you behind the scenes. And this is where most people they're not learning this lesson. No one teaches this. So don't waste money on a fancy wedding ring, things like that. You can get something very affordable, $100 to $200, and it will be great. And the third thing is, you have to have a safe space to talk about the marriage. You must learn how to have an argumentative debate about the marriage, so you can start putting the marriage before yourself and before your partner. Because the marriage is the crucial part. It's not the individual people. And so I hope you got some value from that. like this video if you like it. Share if you know someone who's probably thinking about getting married, or even if they're struggling in their marriage right now. You can still build your marriage. You can reclaim your marriage. You can fix your marriage. All these things are possible. You just take steps, and you have to use the tools to do it. And so have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.